I'm going to open the public hearing for the Revlin plat, and Lyle can say what this is about, and then if we have any public comments.
So this is the plat when they put in the car wash. It went through the planning commission, was okayed by the planning commission. It never came back through the council. I didn't pick it up until a month and a half ago. I got a hold of Tammy and said, hey, this never came to council. I was waiting on a plat, a Mylar.
Showed up about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and it just flew off my radar, so here it is. But now, this will make the car wash an individual property with its own address. And it's like the mayor said, if there's future development down the road, then it kind of paves the way to start this piece.
When you're saying down the road, are you talking about down the road or down the road time? I'm saying physically.
Roadway or time-wise, if he extends the road or not. But the rest of it's a subdivision on him.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I was following your train of thought.
So Lyle, this whole piece that we got out there is going to be in the city now.
Well,
And it's already in the
It's
city.
already in the city. Now we're going to officially make it in the
So
city.
the car wash becomes its own entity now, so it's separated from that whole lot. That's what this is about.
It's not an
annexation.
Not an annexation. This is just, the plat got made somewhere in the process. It never came back to council to approve the plat and register it with the county. We got the plat about 3 weeks ago from CEPI. So we have the plat now, so we have to go through this process to approve the plat and then get it registered with the county. That's what
What's
it's
the address going to be?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't remember.
You gave
That's
it a
okay.
number.
I did do it.
Okay.
I'm looking, it might be in there.
It's got
Okay.
no address, but yeah.
Is there any other questions or comments, or any comments from the public on this Revlin plat? Upstairs? That's right there that's ECI's property out there, the open lots to the west of
It's just west.
Morgan Trails.
You know where the
Just where the car wash.
car wash is?
The car wash is at, Paul. That's what the plat's for. Okay?
And since we discovered it, we had to put it in the paper.
Right.
Can't hear you.
So that took time.
It's just
You can't hear
covering.
what you're saying. No, you get your mic on.
I'm just saying that it took time to get it through the process of putting it into the paper, so that we're saying it had to have a hearing. So that's why it's here today.
Which is fine.
Any other questions or comments? If not, I will close this public hearing, and we will open the city council meeting. Would you please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right there. You did good. I believe everybody's in attendance. Do we have any additions or deletions this evening? Okay. Is there a motion to approve the council meeting minutes of November 10th, 2025?
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll set it up.
Okay. Been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by nay. Motion carries. Moving on to reports. Councilwoman Colling.
I attended the Veterans Park
Casino night.
Casino night. Everybody seemed to have a really good time. It sounds like they made some decent money. We had fun at it. Something maybe
they can do more frequently, because I think there were a lot of people, maybe with a little more help, but there was a lot of good food and good fun, and also I appreciated all the work that everybody did. So, and just a quick reminder, on the 13th of December at 10 o'clock in the morning, Wreaths Across America will be having a ceremony laying the wreaths in all the veterans' graves. There's over 300 veterans buried in our cemetery, so there's going to be over 300.
I think there was, I think it's actually, Candy, I think you can tell it's actually 375, is it not?
Something like that.
Yeah.
We couldn't verify all of them, but yeah, it's over 300.
Really, I mean, no, it's over 300 to 375.
Right, right, someplace in there. And all of the wreaths were paid for this year, so they got the money available to them. I believe our oldest veteran is a Civil War veteran up there, so,
Okay.
and I think that's all.
That's about Bruce's age. Give or take.
Roy's older than I am.
They were next door, they went to school together.
Oh.
Okay, Councilwoman Nunn.
Yes, sir. You know, again, on Main Street, it was a very successful casino night. Made some money, which is always very good, and people did have fun. Candy is here to discuss the status of the Veterans Memorial and various other interesting projects that the Main Street people are looking at. It is these small, focused, and determined people that make Glen Rock special. We're fortunate to have several such groups working in our community. Landfill. Finally, the gatehouse is open or about to be open for business at the landfill, a very positive addition to the landfill with working space for our crews. The Greens area has done additional road work to attempt to tame the mud and are still offering free firewood and free compost. The landfill has 2 new employees, both of whom are from Glen Rock, and I'm very pleased to see that. John Maines, our board president, is here this evening to review the policy regarding construction waste. This past month, we paid a little bit over $95,000 for disposal of waste materials, so disposing of contractor waste is definitely an issue to be defined and addressed, as our community needs to understand this policy is definitely an economic issue and could become a space issue. Thanks to both Candy and John for coming to share information with the council. And in closing, Bruce, don't forget to participate in the many Christmas activities in our community. Just another example of people working to create very positive opportunities for our community. And thanks to all of these different people who have dedicated time and effort and maybe just a touch of love to make our Christmas activities happy here in Glen Rock.
Thank you. Councilman Kincaid.
Just a couple things. Attended the Iron Chef competition a week and a half ago. That was a lot of fun. We raised some money for the culinary team, I think close to $4,000, something like that, for a little night like that. So went really well. Kids had to work really hard this year for things, and it was a real success, I think. And then Veterans Memorial Casino Night was a blast. Really good turnout, and I just had a blast, I thought. And good company, and I'm with Judy on doing some more of that. So that's all I have.
Roy, I had a question for you. Had you heard anything about the culinary team in Glen Rock being responsible for developing a new type of product that's going to be featured at a taco stand in Casper?
No.
I heard that on the radio this morning, that because of some work that the culinary team had done in Glen Rock to develop this at sub-competition, that now someone was opening a taco stand featuring this?
No, I don't know anything about it, but I could find out for you.
Yeah, would you? I just thought that sounded really interesting, really cool if that happened.
Yeah, they are doing a deal where you can go to Texas Roadhouse and pick up the rolls and bring them home. We're selling little raffles for those. You can pick up a stamp and take it to Texas Roadhouse, and they'll give you a box of rolls. So,
Thank you.
no, I'll check into that for you. I don't
Thank
know
you.
about it.
It's good for your waistline.
Well, you know, 'tis the season.
Councilman Delgard.
I have nothing.
Tammy, clerk.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just a reminder to everybody, Town Hall's closed Thursday and Friday this week. We have an adjusted trash schedule that's posted on Facebook and the website. And then also, we've scheduled the Christmas party for the 19th. It's a Friday night at 6 o'clock. I think you can start showing up at 5:30 at the Fort. I'll send out an email requesting the RSVPs and dinner options. I have to have that back by the 8th. I think that's about it.
Okay. Kelly, treasurer.
Evening, Mayor and Council. I have nothing at this time.
Okay. John, Public Works.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. We've started to put up some of the Christmas decorations. Some of the old decorations are in pretty poor shape, so we ordered a few we'll do the four-way pretty good, but some of the other stuff we're not going to use. It's just falling apart, so we'll talk about replacing some of that. 4th Street project continues on down 5th Street. They're laying new line. I think they're picking up the pace a skosh. Let's hope it keeps going at that and picking up. We've been working on the shooting range. The hill back there, it's getting more and more. We're gaining. We have a public hearing on December 3rd for that that water development, that money that we got. It's going to be a public hearing to discuss it, to see if anyone has any questions about it. They'll be run by that commission. That public meeting will be. So, and then
What time is that going to be?
at 10 o'clock.
Where?
Here, yeah,
Here?
here at City Hall.
Yep. Other than that, you might see that the fire department dug up the sidewalk over there. We kind of addressed that with them a little bit today. I'm hoping that gets fixed. We didn't really know about it until they started tearing it up. So that's going to be addressed here, hopefully shortly, before
There's
the
going to be a
holiday.
whole lot addressed shortly.
John, what's going on with the RV dump? I hear all kinds of stuff flying. It's open, it's not open, it's going to
It's
cost money?
open. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that.
It
We
is
do have it open.
Both the dump and the water?
Yeah, the water will work for the sails. The pedestals to wash out your camper, we have drained up for the winter. I posted that online, and I think we put it in the water bill. Rates will be set at, you'll get 250 gallons for $2, and it uses credit cards only at this time. Will never be any cash accepted through that water sales.
Is the
So I'll be
RV dump
credit
itself going to have a charge?
Say that again,
Is
please.
there going to be a charge for using the RV dump itself
No.
as a totally free service?
No. And the pedestals for the RV dump washout will be open, same as our bathrooms, from May 1st to October 1st. Then we drained it up for the winter because we don't want it to freeze.
Nice.
It's my understanding that when people got water over here, they could use a number with the water
That's an
department.
account set up, and we're going to see how that works. Right
Is it
now,
working?
Well, it will, but we're going to see how it works just with credit card.
Okay,
If,
so,
if push comes to shove, we might start doing that too. With
okay.
accounts.
But I had that
But I mean, you
specific
can-
question, so I should tell them that no, currently that
Not,
number
really not,
doesn't
no,
work.
because the
Use a
system
credit
isn't
card.
designed to do that right now.
Yeah, I
And it'll
understand. I
be
just want to know what to
$8
tell
per
'em.
thousand, and it'll figure if you get less than 1,000 over the minimum, it'll just charge you for that amount. So it is open. We plan on
Good, thank
putting a
you.
sign out front with the address stating what the rates are on the building itself. We've already posted a sign with the rates. So,
And you might want to let the Wyoming Tourism Board know that that's open, because a lot of that kind of people
we
contact that board.
we just got it going, so,
Okay.
okay,
Well, next week, maybe they can go there.
thank you.
Lyle, building inspector.
Evening, Mayor and Council. 114 building permits to date. Roofing's going pretty steady. We did have a roof last week that it tore off the roof, and it was that whole roof was completely full of mold. Pretty devastating, really. But they're getting it.
Was
they're
that
getting
up on First Street?
up on Fur, yeah. Yeah.
I just happened to see they were clear up there taking everything.
Yeah, it was devastating. It was the worst I've ever seen.
No one was injured, were they? Pets, persons?
No, but it was really bad. So it's just devastating that, you're stuck with a huge expense you weren't expecting. So, but it was, the reason I mention it is because of ventilation. So when you're doing your roof, you got to ventilate it. It eaves to the ridge, and that's what that was about. Still waiting, haven't heard back from State Fire Marshal on the review for the Caspar building. Those 3 that we submitted to the State Fire.
Those are all have been submitted to the, Fire Marshal's office through the architect's office, and we should know something really soon.
So get that, then we can get them going. Steering committee, we're hoping to meet next Wednesday at 3. Haven't heard back from everybody yet, but that's the plan. The Lincoln Building, I sent them out a notification today saying, hey, looks like to me that they're going to push this into the next year for remediating the Lincoln Building, and I think that might be the right call right now. It doesn't hurt us to push it into spring, so if they're willing to do that, then that's what we'll do. And then I did attend that code class last week, and that was good. It was one part of it was the legal code enforcement on legal procedures for code enforcement and for compliance. So it was good to hear. So that's all I got.
Calder, Chief of Police.
Evening, Mayor and Council. Last Wednesday, SRO Pierce and I were invited, along with the 2026 senior class, to attend a presentation put on by the Jay Foundation. The program tells the story of Jay Bing, who grew up in Pinedale, Wyoming, and took his own life in 2016. His family and friends started the Jay Foundation to try and make something positive out of their loss. The program not only tells Jay's story, but talks about the importance of checking in on one another. The foundation, thanks to generous donors, provides a pair of cowboy boots to each senior that attends. The boots are intended to start conversations we might not have otherwise. This presentation was sponsored by Beth Johnson, whose late husband, Jimmy Joe, grew up in Glen Rock and graduated with the class of 1982. The event, I can say personally, genuinely made a difference in our community, and tomorrow will be the first day that the seniors who attended will be wearing their boots for the first of many boot checks. Sorry, I got all kinds of notes tonight.
Calder, those boots are only for seniors who attended that program?
Yep, so they provide the boots at the event, actually,
It's
yep.
not every senior doesn't automatically have a pair of boots under his locker.
No. They're trying to go to every high school in the state, though.
I got to attend that, and it was pretty impressive. It was at the McMurray Mansion, and all the Glen Rock High School kids came in, and every kid got a pair of boots, and it was impressive.
How many attended? How many kids attended it?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I don't know how many kids are in the senior class.
40-some.
Yeah.
40-some? Good.
Yeah.
I think some staff got boots, too. I think.
And this
Yeah,
is,
there was teachers
this is
getting boots.
any freshmen through seniors
Chief got some
can go to this?
Just seniors.
Only seniors can
Yep.
go to this?
Yep, they put the presentation on to seniors who are obviously getting ready to take off out into the world.
Wow, 40. that's
Provide them that
amazing.
information. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. I'd also like to call recognition to Dispatch Supervisor Carrie Moulton, who last Friday completed her 3,650th shift. She served our community for 20 years and is still going strong. She's a major part of our team, and we couldn't do what we do without her. So if you happen to see her, congratulate her. Yeah, 20 years. I told her she's halfway there. So, without providing too many details, I wanted to mention that our police department took the following off of our streets recently: 296 grams of fentanyl, 128 grams of meth, 4 grams of DMT, and 14 grams of mushrooms. This is an approximate street value of $70,000. According to the DEA, just to put it in perspective, that is 296,000 lethal doses of fentanyl. These drugs were being trafficked in our community and those surrounding it. This wasn't the first time we've taken drugs off of our streets, and sadly it won't be the last, but I felt this noteworthy. Our officers work day and night to ensure our streets are safe for every member of our great community. We have a great team, and I'm proud of each of them.
Did the dog participate in any of that?
Not in that one, no.
No?
Missed opportunity, though. Yeah. And then lastly, in the spirit of serving our community, we are looking at having the largest shop at the copy event yet this year. So, super excited for that. Today was the last day to register, otherwise I would be promoting that as well. But
So,
Coulter, are you doing the blue light thing again this year in town?
we do have blue lights available, yes. Yep, in the police department, you can stop in.
so Chief, today Officer Pierce came and talked through the health classes today on drugs, and he kind of mentioned a little bit about that, but it was a really good talk for the class, and
Absolutely.
kids really enjoyed it, I think, so.
Good.
Any questions for Coulter? If not, we'll move on to items from the floor this evening.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I think everybody saw the thing that came out about construction waste. Regretfully, I think that it was taken as we wanted to get the word out because the transfer station had been getting a lot of inquiries from construction companies trying to dump there again, and so we thought sending that out would kind of reiterate what we've been doing, but I think it came across more as a change of policy. So I just, at our last meeting up in Rolling Hills, they had the same questions that seem to have happened here, and from what I'm told, I didn't watch your guys' meeting, but, and then at our solid waste district meeting, we discussed it, and we thought it might be best if this would probably be the easiest way to get it to a larger group on what's going on. So figured I'd come in and just basically what the policy has been since we closed the landfill, which, for quick background, to fill the landfill, we were taking construction waste and really didn't monitor all that much, because the more we could get that in there, the less dirt we had to haul to fill it into the top. So there was a lot of construction waste that was coming in, maybe not from this district, that helped fill that up, but that saved the district a lot of money having to fix that. So once that ended up, we had a whole plethora of construction companies that were used to bringing their stuff up here, so, you know, they can charge you to dispose of it, but then they bring it to us and dump it for free. But we don't have the facility to take a dump truckload of construction material or construction waste and all of that. We'd be closing down and running stuff to Casper constantly if we were doing that. So we made the decision not long after the landfill portion closed that we wouldn't take the construction business material, and we'd just have them go straight to Casper with it. And so we've been operating at that. The memo came out basically because about August, September, we had a large group of construction companies that came in wanting to dump and wondering why this change had happened, and it's like, no, this is where we've been for a while, so we wanted to just send that reminder out. I think it was taken more as a change, so then people that had been dumping their construction waste personally on fixing their house, that, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that anymore. And that hasn't changed at all. Fix your bathrooms, do all of that, continue to do that. We're just, the dump truck loads of shingles and that, it's too hard for us to monitor, even if it came from this area or not. I mean, when the landfill portion first closed, we had, like, one of the things that was very obvious was somebody would come in with a dump truck load of shingles, and they'd say they're working on a house down the road. Well, that house didn't even have the shingles off of it yet, so we knew those came from somewhere else, and then, so that's where that all came about. Certainly, if there's any changes or people would like the board to consider a change in that, by all means, come to a board meeting and have us discuss that. I didn't want to intend to, hijack the meeting here for that kind of stuff, but I'm certainly answer any questions if anybody has any questions toward that or needs more clarification, what that.
John, Casper does want to take advantage of our dump, don't they?
They're
Tend to.
they're definitely making money off of it, yeah.
I mean, but people from Casper want to come down here and...
Oh, there definitely are things of that consideration too, like, for instance, we charge what Casper charges to dispose of tires just to keep them from bringing tires, things of that nature, but, so, yeah, but the main focus of the board is honestly to keep the taxpayers able to do what they need to do without taxpayers that aren't here coming in and taking advantage of us. So that's the main thing we try to focus on. We don't always hit a home run, but we do what we can to try to do the best we can at it.
Is there a way, if I were to hire a contractor to take the shingles off of my house, to prove to you guys that they're my shingles so they can go in there without them having to go to Casper, or is that?
So far, we haven't come up with a way that works good for that. I know initially we did talk about having, seeing if we could get some kind of setup of, okay, can we get your building permit from Glen Rock that shows that something was being done, but then we were still running into, I'm working on Judy's house, but also I got to dump this stuff off from Casper before I go do it. So it's really hard for the folks up there to keep track of that. For sure, if you have, an option could be, and I know this isn't great for everybody, but if you happen to have a trailer that you can have them put that in, then you bring it in, and it's clearly not in the construction, then it's a lot easier to tell that that's your stuff and not. So we try to do the best we can, but also not have Crystal up there policing every load that comes in, where it came from, and so.
Makes sense.
You have questions for John?
Thanks for that information.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, John, and bringing that up.
Thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
John, you can leave if you want to. We'll let you.
We won't hold you captive.
But we're sometimes very entertaining. Better than the 6 o'clock news.
And we will talk about you, John.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name's Candy Bendetta. I'm with Glen Rock Main Street, and I'm also on the Converse County Tourism Board. So I wanted to come here tonight just to give you a couple updates as what's going on with both of those organizations. First, as you all heard, Casino Night was successful. Everybody had a really good time. We brought in around $27,000. We spent about $12,000, so we made $15,000, which was pretty good. It wasn't as labor-intensive as the Joey Jones fundraiser, which was a lot of work. This was better, was manageable, and we are looking at ways of maybe doing it again, or doing something else. We have some other things that might be exciting for the spring. Where we are with the Veterans Park, I'm sure Bruce has updated you all on the infrastructure's done. We're waiting for concrete in the spring, but all the monuments are being completed. So they're all being worked on. They'll be ready to go when the site is prepared and ready. We currently have raised, with a lot of your help, $1,040,000. We still owe Bott Monument $600,000. That's where we are. So we have payments due every couple of months next year, starting in January. So we're still going to keep working hard to raise money, go after grants. January 1st starts a whole new grant season. So we will be working hard on that. Some other things that are going on. This weekend is Winterfest. So there's a big craft show at the Rec Center on Saturday. Glen Rock Main Street and Elevate Glen Rock have been working together on swag bags. So the first 30 people that show up at the Rec Center with receipts from shopping local will receive a swag bag with lots of goodies in it. Coupons, small business stuff. There's a lot of coffee. There's items from different businesses around Glen Rock and Douglas. Part of that is coming from the tourism board. So we have that going on, and then, of course, 6 o'clock is the parade. So if you all want to put a float together, it's going to be a little chilly, but it'll be good. We're looking for elves for our float, if anybody, Margaret, if anybody wants to
Bruce just volunteered.
join us.
He just volunteered.
So Main Street is doing a float with our Veterans Park sign and our elf campaign, which, speaking of, our Shop Small program starts Friday with our elves hiding around the stores. So we're kicking off that campaign starting on Friday. Another really exciting thing that we're doing in conjunction with Elevate, so the two organizations working together, we've applied for a grant to the Tourism Board for $20,000 to open a visitor center in Glen Rock. And right now, we would be sharing the Elevate office, so we'd have Glen Rock's, our director and their director kind of manning this visitor center. We hope to have like a gift shop with some Glen Rock's items and some small business craft items that people make in Glen Rock. We're proposing to start this in January if we get the grant approved, and I'll know tomorrow night if we get the grant approved. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about is at the last Tourism Board meeting, the Tourism Board was approached by Parade Magazine. They're having a contest, and it's Vote for America's Favorite Small Towns. And they have them divided by region, and the Tourism Board kind of challenged Glen Rock and Douglas to submit. I jumped right on it. We submitted. I don't know if you've all seen some of the videos that we've done over the summer. We have the Tourism Board has a new videographer, really great videos of Deer Creek Days and sheep herders, and we actually had them film the Paleon and the Dinosaur Museum just to get people to come to Glen Rock. So I had them put together a little video combining all the things that you can do in Glen Rock, and I wanted to show you tonight. I think it's kind of cool. It's very short because that was the requirement for this application. They received our application. Once I have the link, I'm going to send it to all of you, put it on Facebook, get it out there. You can vote every day for America's Favorite Small Town.
Intent.
I don't know if Douglas submitted, but we did. We had to pay for the application and I had to pay for the video, but the Tourism Board's going to reimburse us. That was the deal. So we submitted a grant to them to reimburse us for the video. So,
Do elves get to vote twice every day?
yes. Actually, you can only vote once a day because it takes your email. But if you have multiple emails.
I was going to say, if we have a few,
They have multiple
I can think of 4.
So while he's looking for that, Candy, how many floats do you currently have registered for this?
Right now, I only have 5, but it's typical at the Christmas parade for people to just show up or decide the day before. We usually get around 10 to 15. So right now we have 5.
Where is the end?
So the Christmas parade this year is a little different. It's on 4th Street. So we're going to start at the parking lot of Town Square on 4th Street by Short, kind of down there. We come up 4th, we turn past the rec center, we come around to 3rd, and then we're going to turn into Cedar, which is right here. And we're going to line up the floats here. And we're going to have Santa in the little pavilion.
Okay, so you're
Right
going to
here.
go down 3rd to Cedar
Yep.
and end down here.
We're going to end right here on Cedar.
That'd be cool.
And Santa, which is going to be on the fire truck, the last float. We've got a great Santa this year. He's going to be in the little pavilion. And he will also be at the rec center from 3 to 5, I think. Okay, ready?
Here's the video.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sound.
Oh, I thought you were ready.
I had sound in my office.
Back it up.
I'll back up, just give me a second.
Is there anything on the remote?
Looks like you're on mute.
It's muted on the bottom, I can see it. Go to the right, go to the right,
Bottom right.
but, go to the right.
There it is. Right, here we go.
Cool. Cool video.
So the purpose of this contest, it's Parade Magazine, and each town that has submitted an application will appear in the magazine, and you can actually click on any town that you're interested in, and it gives you information. So the purpose is to bring visitors to Glen Rock. So that's why we submitted, that's why the Tourism Board is supporting this, because it's a great opportunity to get our name out there. So, and as far as the RV dumping open, we're doing a new visitor guide next year. We're working on it now for the Tourism Board, so I'll get it in there. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
I had one last question, I don't know if it's for
Yes.
you or you, somebody. So we still owe roughly 600 on the monument. When's the hard deadline to have that paid by, or do we have that?
We do. Well, we owe January, March, May, and July, we owe a segment. And then the final payment of about $100,000 is due when they're done. So it could be September. Our goal has always been Labor Day of '26. We also submitted a grant to the America 250 group, that's the Wyoming America 250, a grant for this project, because we thought this is a perfect time to celebrate America's 250 with the grand opening of the Veterans Park. So,
Very cool.
okay? Thank you.
You bet, thank you. Is there any more items from the floor this evening? If not, we will move on to old business, which is ordinance number 756, ordinance updating Glen Rock Town Code 31 zoning to include Article 31.05, third and final reading. Is there a motion?
I move we approve ordinance 756 on its final reading.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Been any changes?
And no changes.
Okay.
After a year of this, I hope not.
We made it between
A little over a year, maybe two almost. But yes, there's been no changes, so it's still the same. If there's no other discussion, I will call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by nay, motion carries. That 50-some pages can go away. I'm getting there.
You're getting there? Okay.
I don't-
36.
Well, you're too late now.
No, 6:15.
Page 36.
Okay, I'm, ordinance number 7, oh, no, what's that? I went one too far.
I have a resolution.
Okay, resolution number 2025-18, a resolution to authorize a charitable donation to the Christmas gifts for families in need. Whereas the town of Glen Rock is committed to supporting the local community and alleviating hardship, particularly during the holiday season, and whereas many families in our community face financial difficulties that prevent them from providing Christmas gifts for their children, whereas Grandma's House is a local business that has directly provided holiday gifts and assistance to families in need within our community for multiple years, and whereas the town of Glen Rock believes that a charitable contribution to the recipient organization would have a meaningful and immediate impact for this Christmas season. Now therefore be resolved that the town of Glen Rock agrees to donate. We have going to let you guys think of if you want to donate money to Grandma's House to be used specifically to provide holiday gifts and assistance to families in need in our community. Passed and approved and adopted the 10th day of November, 2025. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 2025 to make a donation to Gifts for Families in Need.
Do you want to make them? Mike, would you like to say how much you'd like to give?
Are we thinking 10, 5, or 1? I'm thinking thousands.
Yes, I know you are. It'd be money coming out of mayor and councils, so if you
How
have...
rich are we?
Right at 20,000?
Right at 20,000, and this runs out in July? We have to go to July? Well, we can surely do at least 1,000.
Well, you're a
Five.
penny pincher. 5. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Come on, Margaret.
I'm just trying to be nice, Bruce, and not break the bank.
I know, but
I'll hit you next
I
time.
think it's really a good, my personal feeling is that they, Grandma's House has donated all that.
They've done
They buy all that, and it's all donated and given out to the families in need in our community, so.
How does that work in conjunction with, I don't know if Coulter's paying attention, but I don't know how that works in conjunction with Shop and a Cop, or where does Shop and a Cop come up with all of its money to do what it does as well?
It has nothing to do with Shop and Cup, that would be her own thing on the side.
Right.
She is this year because she's closing down, we've talked about utilizing that to our advantage and trying to help additional kids, but
So where does Shop and a Cop come up with its money?
Secret Santa.
Secret Santa? Okay.
Things like fundraisers, like SIPs a couple weeks ago did a fundraiser for us. And then there's a very generous group of donors who live around in the communities, these couple of communities that put a bunch of money forward.
I guess I'm asking, is it funded well enough as well, is what my question is really, in your opinion?
So, yeah,
Okay.
I would love it if we could push more toward kind of more of a standalone thing. The reality, though, is that options for where we shop with kids over here is kind of limited, so their program is pretty well set up, provides pretty well. So
I know the kids get multiple gifts. Do pretty well. Yeah.
You combine what we do, what the fire department does, with what we do to our other programs and things like that. I mean, there's no reason any kid shouldn't.
I just want to make sure we're not funding one thing and not funding
taking
other
care
things
of
that
it.
need funded, is what my
In the
point
future,
is.
maybe I would ask approval for it.
And also maybe next year we might need
Might
to,
have.
if Grandma's House is closed,
Yeah.
We may
she's
need to do
closing,
something
it might
different.
need to be
Help
funneled more.
bolster that and help
Yeah.
take care of community stuff.
This has nothing to do with Grandma's House, but we have Thanksgiving coming up. Has the food bank been okay with turkeys? I've heard various different things flying
This year
around.
they put in an allocation request, so this is
Yeah,
the
we
first
give
year
them
they actually
allocation,
So
asked us
they
ahead
are
of
okay
time.
with turkeys for families?
Yeah, we funded them this year as an allocation request, and they know if they are in need during the rest of the holiday season to come to us if there's a need, but we did give them a pretty good allocation this year in the budget, so,
They should be okay.
which we've never done before. We've never done an allocation. They usually try to raise it, and we've given them, so I think they're doing a pretty good job.
I think our discussion went kind of haywire, but
Yeah, pretty much.
it's okay.
So, any more
I just
discussion
have
on this one?
a question, but I first want to make sure you all notice I am not wearing green and yellow, so I'm not the Grinch. I just have a question. Who is going to monitor how the money is used, and is Grandma's House working in conjunction with another group that has names of people in need, or where will the names of the people in need come from?
That all goes
My
towards
concern
the
is
tree.
missing somebody, kind of like what Russ is saying, but
I think,
don't.
I know in the past, when Kay ran it, there was no need. I mean, everybody came.
Yeah.
I can tell you countless, and she,
So,
This
I
year.
guess, so my question is just how does this work?
a bait works with it and everything else, that this
Okay.
pays for all this stuff, all the people going to things, all this stuff is given out and it goes to
Is it part of
like
the
the
increase stuff?
trees with all the names and
Yeah.
stuff on it for family?
Okay,
All this
that's where it
is,
goes.
that's all that stuff, well, that's where it all
I don't
goes.
think so,
Okay, so
that's
it's going to
different.
go to
Yes.
something that's already set up and DFS
No.
will make sure that all the names.
Let's let Coulter answer this question. You're welcome. You know the answer, that's why I'm going to say it.
So there's a number of different groups in town that give things. The Giving Tree is deconflicted via Sharon. I'm not sure how they handle theirs because I think it's an application process that the Grandma's Toy Store does. The people fill out forms and things like that. As far as deconfliction or people going to multiple different things, honestly, we try our best. Like I said, I mean, our names come from Sharon as well via the Giving Tree, and then people who suggest them and things like that. We try our best not to give multiples, but I think it does. I mean, it happens. But I believe, and maybe Tammy can share a little bit more, but Kay always did it all by herself. I mean, she was her own standalone through her own
She knew the
application process.
community well enough, and people would show up, and she'd have a set limit that the parents could spend to shop in the store.
Okay, so.
And then
there's a
she
little
also
difference
did-
in that these people are going to shop and not.
Yeah, she
This isn't
also,
part of
I don't know if
the-
Blanche does the same thing, but she also would have some, like Walmart gift cards and things so that people could buy Christmas dinner or
If they needed stuff that
if
she
they
didn't
needed
have in the
something that she
store.
didn't have, and I haven't really followed up. Blanche worked closely with Kay, and so I think she's doing it the same way. When I talked to her, she called and asked about if we would be interested in donating, and she said, I have an estimate of how many kids we usually do every year, and I
What
usually
was that?
say maybe $100 per child.
And how many kids?
I don't know. She didn't. She said I have an estimate of how many kids I usually do, and so I didn't. She didn't give me an amount that she wanted. She just said anything that you can give would be helpful. And I'm guessing because they're closing, and
So Tammy, how are we going to avoid the Casper rush?
I think Blanche, like Kay knew first of all, Kay sometimes would say, I don't care if it's a kid in need, I'm going to make sure that they have Christmas. But she also knew the community. And so Blanche is a member. She's been here forever. She knows the community. And so probably if it's somebody she doesn't recognize, she might question. Or if she's like Kay, she'll say, you get $100 for Christmas.
I mean, we're for helping every kid, but at the landfill, we've had some kind of unpleasant experience
Yeah.
with the
I
Casper
can't answer
rush.
that for you, but I'm guessing, she's gonna, she'll have some insight into her community. So,
We don't want to leave a kid out, but we also don't want to be socked for a bunch of fools.
right.
True.
Yeah.
Any other discussion?
Can someone let me know how to make the check out?
Yeah, I'll find out from her tomorrow.
You're thinking we're going to approve it.
Got a vote yet.
Oh, one other thing, if you could amend your motion, that the date, the passed and approved date is wrong on the resolution. It says the 10th, so if you could just amend it. Yes.
Tammy.
Yes, sorry. Sorry.
Today's
I
not,
caught it.
today's the 24th,
It was the 10th.
not the 10th.
24th.
I got wrapped up in the money.
So you amend that.
I will amend it to go for the 24th with our $5,000.
Who was the second?
I was.
Are you okay with the second?
Yes.
Okay. And change, moved and seconded again. Any other discussion? If none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by nay, motion carries.
I know.
Just never know. Okay, next order of business is ordinance number 755, an ordinance approving the final plat of the Relvin Edition comprising of 14.65 acres more or less, whereas the application has been made for final plat approval for Relvin Edition creating a two-lot subdivision, the plat, whereas the plat consists of previous unplatted land located within a portion of the north 1.5 of section 4T.33 north, R75 west of the 6th PM of the town of Glen Rock, Wyoming. Whereas the plat requires approval by ordinance following a public hearing, and whereas the town of Glen Rock's Planning and Zoning Commission passed a motion recommending the town approve this request to plat the above referenced property, and whereas the governing body of the town of Glen Rock finds that the above described plat and subdivision agreement should be approved. Now therefore be ordained by the governing body of the town of Glen Rock, Wyoming, Section 1, that the final plat of Revelin Addition hereby be approved. Section 2, the ordinance shall be in full force and effect from hereafter passage of 3 readings, publications pursuant by law. Passed on, I thought this only needed 1. Does it actually take 3?
It's an ordinance, so it's 3.
So it's passed on first reading the 24th day of November 2025. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve ordinance 755 on first reading.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? I hope we pass this since we've already billed it.
Yes.
If there's no discussion, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by nay. Motion carries. I believe our next order of business is bills and claims.
Mayor, could I bring up something I
Yes,
should have brought up earlier during reports? And I was just there's something for the school. It's called Winter Door Wars. And this is where the kids are going to decorate the teachers' doors through school. That's a competition. And they've come to me today asking if I could get maybe 2 or 3 council members to volunteer as judges. And I think, Chief, you're going to be approached for maybe a couple officers for that. And maybe some school board members, but I was going to throw that out there if anybody be interested. I'll be in class, so.
I love schools, I'll go. I did that for years.
Okay.
And the Grinch.
She wants, we can take 3 if you.
I'll wear green.
Or Mayor, you want to come? I don't care.
Green and
Let us know when and where.
So.
Yeah, just time and, yeah.
I don't have the time yet. This is going to be December 8th. And I'll find out what time they're going to do
Yeah,
it.
and if you need 3, I'll
I'll tell you what my email says. Hi, Roy, 2 to 4 council members, so.
So 3's right there.
3,
You want to do it too? Mayor and 3 council.
I'll be gone, so I can't.
that'll be fine. Just give it, send us
I'll be in Texas.
Send us an invite so we
I
don't
will.
forget.
So the 8th, okay, and I'll give you guys a time.
Okay.
It's going to be probably doing I don't know, when kids are doing noon hour assembly or something, so we can go walk around the halls.
Okay.
And I think they're going to get a couple firemen and approach chief.
Going to actually let us in the building, or
Yeah,
they're going to take
yeah.
pictures and make us.
Anyway, they want 10 judges, so they're going to come with me.
Have to pass
It's next to impossible to do that.
a fingerprint on here.
Okay. Now, back to bills and claims. Is there a motion?
I move we pay our bills and claims.
Motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on bills and claims? Hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by nay. Motion carries. Is there anything else to come before this council meeting this evening? If not, I would ask for somebody to entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn the meeting.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by nay. Motion carried.